Alright, welcome back. In this section, we are going to learn how to insert multimedia into our web pages. We'll be looking at multimedia like image, um, audio, and video. Okay, so for the purposes of this section, I've cleared everything in our body, so you can see it's actually empty right now. And if we go to the browser, see that there is nothing here. Okay, let's get back to it. So, um, image. How do you include an image or display an image on a web page? Well, thankfully, there is a tag, okay, an HTML tag, and this is an empty element, all right, which means it doesn't have a closing tag. Let me show you what I mean. So we have img, okay. You realize that automatically VS Code has created it for us. It's img. It has an attribute of src, okay, and then auth, and it closes. There is no closing um, tag over here, okay. Basically, we are not going to say anything. We just want to display an image. So this img just tells the browser that, hey, I want you to display some image for me. The browser will say sure, right? Where is the image? This is where the src, and the src means source. So you tell the browser that, okay, this is where you can find the image. So I want you to follow this path. All right, the image is here. Pull it and display for me. Now, in case the image doesn't display, then display some text here. All right. So, img. This is the tag that tells the browser that you want to display some image. All right. And the src attribute, or the source, tells the browser where to get the image from. Okay. And then the auth, or alternative text, right, is talking about um, you know some kind of text that will display when there is a problem, the browser is not able to correctly fetch the image and display. So um, how can we get the image here? Well, one way we can get the image to display is to have the image stored locally on our machine or PC. Okay, so I went ahead and downloaded some image. All right, so if we go to the downloads folder, I think we'll have a new image called tilapia soup. Here we'll copy it from here. Okay, then we'll look for our HTML folder, our project folder, and then paste it there. All right, paste it in our project folder. Then we go back to VS Code. Realize that a new image is here. Okay, so now we can inside the source, okay, the quotation mark for the source, which you now the value is going to be the path to the image. All right, and since the image is in the same folder, project folder, as this HTML file, the index.html, we don't need to specify anything than just to call the file by its name. All right, so it's what tilapia soup.jpg. See, the moment I start typing, VS Code has given. This is very important. The extension here is important. You need to look at the extension of your image and add it to it. Okay, so it's .jpg. Some of them will be .png, .gif, or GIF, and SVG, and the others. Okay, so always add this to it, the extension. Okay, then the auth. So let's just preview it before we come back to the. All right, so we have a large image, okay, in our browser right now. And this is kind of weird, right? So let's get back to our code. And um, the image is bigger than we would like it to display. So how can we solve that problem? uh, Fortunately, we have two more attributes that we can specify on the image tag. One of them is width. It's talking about how wide we want the image to be. All right. So let's say I want it to be 120 pixels. Okay. And then the other is height. The other attribute is height. I also want it to be 120 pixels. Now realize that this is going to create something like a square. Okay. So let's refresh and see what happens to our image. Now we have our image displayed in a square here. So if we want to increase the size, we just come here and increase this to maybe 160, right? 160, okay. And this is how it looks like. You can increase it to 240 or 260. Let's look at how you see that it has stretched, okay, because we increase the width and the height is still the same. So this is how it displays. Depends on how you want the thing to display for your users, right? For me, 160 is okay to demonstrate what we are talking about. All right. Now let's come to the auth. Okay. Um, Inside the auth, I would say tilapia soup. Okay, tilapia soup. Let's refresh and see. We don't see tilapia soup here, right? What we see is we don't see the text tilapia soup, but what we see is the actual tilapia soup. Right? So let's say that there is I intentionally misspell the name of the image file. Alright. In this case, the browser will not be able to find the correct image. Let's get back to the browser and see what happened. Ta-da! Now we have our tilapia soup test displayed there so that when the user sees, they know that, oh, tilapia soup, actually we can add image to it to make it more descriptive. Okay, so that the user knows that, oh, it's tilapia, an image of a tilapia soup is supposed to display here, but maybe there was a problem. So this is a thumbnail, right, icon that shows that it's supposed to display some image, but there was a problem. All right, so we can go back and um, correct the name, refresh, and we have our tilapia soup back. Okay, so that's how we display an image. There are three new um, or let me say four new attributes that will just be introduced to. The first one is the source. It's talking about the location of the path to a resource, right? Auth is talking about something alternative, right? Something to display when the actual um, image does not display. We looked at the width and then the height. Now, these SRS, source, width, and height, you realize at some point you would realize that they are not only applied to images, okay? They apply to other things as well, and we'll tend to be using width and height more often from now on. Okay, let's look at the next one, which is audio. Okay, say we want to display some or insert some audio into our web page so that when people come, they can play some song and enjoy. All right. So also we have the audio tag. All right. We have the audio tag, and it's also having uh, the SRC attribute. All right. So as you know, you are supposed to specify um, the location to the audio file so that the browser can correctly retrieve it and then get it for the user to play. Right. I took the liberty to copy and paste some audio file here. Okay, in our project folder, Carl Thomas. Okay, dash emotional. So I'll just enter the name here. Okay, VS Code has come. And if it doesn't display well, maybe we'll just display a text here and say uh, maybe audio format not supported. Okay. So let's refresh and go. There is no audio. There is nothing like audio format. The text we've entered is not displaying. The audio itself is not there. What is missing? Well, it turns out that there is an attribute called controls that we need to put on it. Okay, on the opening tag of audio. Now let's refresh. Come here. We have an audio. Okay, so we can play it and see. Okay, and we can actually see that it's playing. All right. There are more attributes that we can put there. One of them is autoplay. Okay, what does autoplay do? Well, autoplay, the moment you launch on that particular site, okay, that particular web page, the image, the audio will start playing by itself. Okay, now if you take note, when we first uh, added the controls, and although I've refreshed the browser, the music is not playing. I have to manually start it. Okay, but watch what happens when I add the autoplay. The moment I save, the browser refreshes, it has started playing by itself. Okay, so the moment the browser refreshes, it has started playing by itself. Okay, another one that we can add is loop. Okay? Now, from my times of being a DJ, I know what I know is a loop is repeating something. So this means is that this track, when it has ended, okay, when it has finished playing, it will repeat again. So it will be playing until you have stopped it yourself. All right. So the sound will be distracting us. So let's get rid of the autoplay attribute there. All right. We do know that our sound can play. The last one that I want to talk about is image. Video. Okay. And we have the video tag for it. All right. Or the video element. Now it also has the source or SRC, okay, attribute, and so that one too, I loaded some video here. All right, last born nonsense. Okay, so that's uh, last born nonsense dot mp4. Okay, so realize that I didn't talk about the extension of the audio. Okay, it's supposed to be mp4 or mp3 or um, whatever format that your audio file is in. If it is WAV, you have to include that. All right, video is mp4, 3gp, mov, and so on and so forth. So you can um, look for your extension and correctly add it. Now let's refresh the browser and see we have a video here, but it's just like an image. We can't play it. What can you guess what is missing? Of course, it is the controls attribute. Okay, so let's add the controls attribute. Now it is there. All right, and we can play it. We can play our video and see what's going on. Okay, this is a funny video I took from Facebook. Um, all right. So also we can include the autoplay, right? So that the moment we refresh, the video will start playing by itself. So Facebook is actually using these autoplay features so that by the time when you are scrolling, the moment you scroll and a video comes into the moment you scroll and a video comes into view, then it starts playing by itself. It's actually using this autoplay feature. All right. We can also add the loop to it so that when it's ended, it can restart by itself. Okay. So that's it. Let's recap what we have done. We looked at how to insert images. Okay. We said we can specify width and height, and of course we can do that for the video as well. Okay, how wide and tall we want it to, we can do that. Okay, and then the audio, always make sure that you put the SRC attribute there. You have the correct name of the file and add its extension. You add your attributes, the control. If you want autoplay functionality, you add it, and Yeah, that's all about inserting multimedia. If you have any question, please uh, ask me in the comment section. I'll see you in the next section. Thank you.